Welcome to maybe one of the most asked videos for space investors. Okay, the biggest 2025 update. We will talk about a lot in this video, so make sure to subscribe and like. This video is for space investors, this video is for traders, this video is for people that look for growth opportunities. If you don't know me, if this is the first video that you ever watched, well, my name is Danny and I look for ultimate growth opportunities on the stock market, and I was for a time the biggest space influencer. I think this is still the case, though, you know, space went a little bit down from the popularity. However, I also day trade, so if you want to day trade and want to, I think this is the best time to day trade in a long time, in a decade maybe, with Trump and the volatile market. So the links is in the description. If you have $10,000 to start, we have a software that when we make a trade, you get it directly in your portfolio, all automatically. And now let's dive into space. Okay, so space, the market is green. Space, where is space? Let us hear space. Okay, space is as usual not that friendly, but actually what I want to show you here, we went on a crazy wild ride. Okay, as you remember, let's just take this here into the presentation. As you remember, space was always a big and interesting bet for the future, for space travel, right? We had the IPO in terms of a spec, then we had like a push, then we had like a sell-off, and then we had like a huge push twice, which was quite interesting. And this was in 2021. And then with the stock market that didn't favor so much companies that don't have any revenue, the stock went down. Okay, first of all, I don't know what you are doing, but I'm doing the following. Okay, so let's assume you are a very, very lucky person and you bought here. Okay, let's say you bought here, okay, for $1,000. Okay, 1,000 US dollars. Okay, 1,000 US dollars. Okay, let's say you were the lucky guy. What I'm doing is I also buy here, I buy here, I buy here, I buy here. You get the point, right? So I'm just keep on buying because I believe that this will either be one of the greatest turnaround stories or I will lose my money. Okay, that's like just the two outcomes. So I just put money that I can afford to lose, but I want to show you something quite interesting. Okay, a magic trick. All right, let's say you bought for 1,000. Okay, always one stock, 1,000. Sorry, let's put it into the calculator. I think that's better. Okay, calculator. Okay, so let's imagine you were lucky and you bought at 1,000. All right, then you thought, well, I'm buying another one for 500. Well, I bought another one for 321. Okay, another one for 50. And now we were for a very long time, as you can see, for almost 3 years under 200, right? So now you buy for 50. Now you buy for 25, for 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and so on and so forth. So you get the point, right? So you bought now 15 times, or I think 10 times. Let's say you bought 15 times. Okay. Your average came down a tenfold, right? Now let's buy 10 more times. Okay. Plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Divided by 10. Wow. From 128, you were down to 18, right? Now let's say you buy 10 more, right? Plus 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then you're somewhere around 700. Okay. And suddenly you have an average of 70, and so on and so forth. So I believe that stocks can always go two directions. All right. I will show you what that means. All right. Let's say you are having like a chart. Okay. So the one is the company and success, or let's say the business. Right, hey, we put this here. And the other one is stock price. All right. So what we have seen quite dramatically is that the stock price started very high and it's going very low. What we have seen on the company business is you start very low, like, test flights and not really something to show for, until you get cash flow positive. All right. This is their goal, right? Cash flow positive. Not profitable, cash flow positive. That means that they can run operations and finance themselves. Okay, somewhere here. Okay. What happens then, actually, is that at some point, if they don't go broke, the stock price will follow. All right. So you can have in this situation a quite fast, and I have seen that, and I made this in Tesla. You remember me for my big Tesla bet where I put all my life savings into Tesla when it was an $18 stock, and it went now to 500, right? So I think then a 10x is very possible, okay? You remember, when you go down with your price, then you go up later on in your profits. This is how it works, okay? So there's two options, right? So either we come here into positive, or the company goes bust, okay? Those are the two options, either that or that, all right? So now the question is, what is on the line on Virgin Galactic? Okay, Virgin Galactic has a big master plan. All right, let's have a look into the website, into investors relation, and go point by point, and let's see what I see. Okay, and if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. So the last presentation was the 6th of November presentation. All right, I want to show you two things. First, what the company is doing, and B, what the stock price can do, right? So to make sure that they survive, because they don't fly actually, and they don't make revenue, they need revenue, okay? Very simple, okay? To have revenue, they need to build this cute little spaceships. So to build this, you need like a factory, okay? So they are having this factory already. They are making a hiring ramp. So they actually hiring people to produce. Here is, 5 gentlemen that already have part of the spaceship being produced, right? And you can see here a little bit of future, but I don't want to look into that. I want to look into the timeline, okay? So they want to go into financial, commercial service in 2028 for the mothership. They have one already, but they actually built another one. So 2027 is the year. Now the question is, do we survive to 2026, 2027? So the question, in my personal opinion, is yes. Okay, and I will tell you why. Here you can see that they are actually reducing the costs. Okay, they have $75 million that they losing every single quarter. Okay, keep that number in mind, 75 million. So And then you are seeing that they are actually having in cash, let me see, where is it? Here. They actually have 70, let's round it up, they have like 750 million in cash or cash equivalents, right? So that means that from last quarter, they have 10 quarters, okay? So they have Q4 2024, they have Q1 until Q4 2025, okay? That's 5 already. Then they have another year, 4 more, and then they have 1 more quarter. So by quarter number 1, end of quarter number 1, 2027, they need to be cash flow positive. In the meantime, they can also raise a little bit cash, but as you can see, if I would be, let's say, the CEO of Space, I would be so relaxed. Why? Obviously, I have to wind down from my stock compensation, obviously. But think about it this way. I know and I have to push the team to make it in more than 2 years. Almost 2.5 years, okay? In this 2.5 years, they have already the factory. They're already building the spaceship. They have time to test it. And they have time to start the service. So I believe by 2027, you can already see if the company is doing well, is doing better. I think until then, nothing will happen, okay? Maybe we will even go to $1. But then the opportunity is that we go back to $100. And the question is, and always will be, will you have the willpower to wait? Because the good things come to those who wait, right? So let's have a look into the other presentations, okay? Because I think that one of the most important presentations was actually the one that they announced it, okay? So here's another, kind of revenue they can make. And it's, guys, and it's not about what people are saying, we need to make revenue, we need to make a lot of money or whatsoever, and the huge money will not come before 2030. I all get this, okay? But the stock market is always pricing in the future. I will show you an example, okay? Tesla is trading in, let me show it here because I think this is much more, it's a better overview. But here you can see that Tesla actually is trading an insane 185 PE. All right? Now, let's look into Palantir, another example. Fantastic company. Let's look. They have even a 500 PE. So it's not about the stock market always pricing in the future. If the companies are special, if the companies are interesting, if the companies have a meme factor. And imagine the meme factor for space when it comes from, hero to zero back to hero. Because always remember, the stock market and the American market is for the comeback stories, okay? So they have enough cash, they doing already what they are saying, they flew many astronauts out there, even though this was like child's business. But the question is if they will be cash flow positive, okay? Amazon was for a decade not profitable. They were cash flow positive because they were building. And this is actually what Virgin Galactic will do. They will build, they will raise some more money to have more years. And this will take time. So this is a story, this is a stock that you should buy, whatever you can lose, what you can afford to lose. And then actually you milk the profits 2027, 2028, 2029, something like that, okay? But that can be a 100x from where we will be just before the cash flow positivity. If you're new to space, you can also wait. There's a lot of things that can happen, right? But I think like this is very important. So I'm searching for the I'm searching for the presentation where they actually, let's see, where they actually announced the being, I think, is it that? No, it's not that. So I'm looking for the one where they announced that they want to be cash flow positive, okay? Showing up the parts and so on, but this is nothing that we are interested in. We are interested about the timeline. So let's have a look. I mean, what they are doing is like a really beautiful thing, right? This is like amazing. So let's have a look. Space cash flow positive. Let's have a look. I will find it. Or maybe I will not find it. Okay, so here we have analysts that they think that mid-2026, but I think that will be rather 2027. But sometime around this year, they actually announced it, but I can find it right now where it was. But you get the point, right? So they actually will be cash flow positive, and then this thing will explode. This is my opinion. So I'm buying every month. I'm buying a little bit less because the price is less, so I can, with less money, I can afford more stock, bring my average down even more with less money, which is great, right? And then I'm waiting for the stock being back at those 1,000 levels. Okay, it will take some years, but could be the biggest turnaround story. If you love that, if you want more, if you want to day trade with us, in the meantime, link in the description, or just go on Extend Day Trading, and you can actually book a call here, and then we see if you have $10,000. That's like the minimum for starting day trading, because we're using very small amount of your account. Then you can go here and set up a call, and then we will see if we can help you as well. Other than that, let's hope that we get back to 1,000 level very, very soon. And I'm looking forward, and I'm happy for the ride to go. This will be super exciting over the next couple of years.